Hello, let me do my August 2021 goals, which a lot of it is a carrying on of my July goals, humble goals, humble little steps, baby steps. But there's also something in here which is, I think, will be good for um, curiosity's sake of like, okay, yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. But it's something I want to examine during August in hopes of boosting what I get done daily. So, my August 2021 goals, number one, unsurprisingly, is time with Ja, is carving out just like one moment each day to just sort of sit and chat with her, which I think we're pretty good at doing. I like our breakfast nook. We have a breakfast nook now, which we sometimes actually sit at, and the dogs are all around us. Um, Getting our breakfast nook tidied should be another goal. That's a sub goal. That comes under tidy, I guess. Um, Actually, that'll come under. That's going to come under. Oh, let me see if I can put it. Is number 13 is value village. See, this is good. This thing, you always get Valley Village trip, and 14 breakfast nook set up. It's expanding. Yes. So yeah, that's definitely one. And probably the major one is to sort of try and look at weekends and say, okay, each weekend let's try and pick something, whether it's just going down to the water and having lunch at the water or something like that, where we spend a little time that's away from doing, or all that sort of stuff, rattling stuff. Yeah, yeah. Number two is cut more bamboo, cut another stand of bamboo, and figure out how to dispose of the stump of the first one. This is going to be a bit more challenging than the last bamboo stand because the last one was the smallest. So I'm probably going to split it up over a couple of weekends. I will look at my weekends and plan and actually attach specific dates to that before I write it down in my goals book, and then I'll put it on the calendar there of a very specific time. I want to say, okay, this weekend you need to do this, and then put it in my reminders in my Bixby reminders. Seem to work well for the last one. Number three is go for one swim every week. Probably focusing on the weekend, but if I can get another swim in during the week as well, that would be awesome, and that might come up when I try and carve more time. Number four is continuing doing my osteo exercises daily. That is actually easier to do at work where there's a specific slot place where I can do them. The weekends I need to work at more, getting it done. I mean, and this is something that takes me literally like maybe 2 or 3 minutes to do, but doing that. Number five is continuing with my phone care habits. That is bringing the phone in here and just letting it charge overnight, but not bringing it into the bedroom with me, and not letting it take over other times, like in the morning when I'm like reading with my breakfast and stuff like that, which I really value. Number six is getting to work on time. I was 5 minutes late for work yesterday, so I went back versus just getting there just on time. And I think a part of that is just how I've been structuring my day. So it is about 10 to 1 right now. At 1, start lunch. At 1:45 precisely, be walking out the doors with the dogs for a walk, so that I can get 2 p.m. I'm back home. I get ready, and that I'm getting ready so that basically at 2:30 p.m. precisely I am biking away from the house. I'm not just stepping out the door to go down to realize I've forgotten something and then coming back up again. It's like, no, at 2:30 precisely I'm leaving, and then I will observe if I leave at 2:30, is that giving me the proper amount of time to be at work, because I want to be there like 5 minutes before my shift starts. I think that's reasonable. Number 7 is publishing 5 videos publicly in August. I think that shouldn't be an issue. I mean, I've got my Sunday Reads videos, which those are pretty consistent, so that gives me a good number of days there. Like a good hunk of those to also be like review videos in there, which is something else I'll be working on, my list of books to review. Number 8 is training Theo daily and walking the dogs, and sort of walking Theo is actually a part of his training at the moment, so that's good. Number 9 is become just sort of one of my daily jobs, which is watering the plants daily. That's watering the plants and then kind of every 3 or 4 days soaking the plant bed, the beds, the plant beds, the garden beds. That's just sort of that's become my job with Jackie having her injury to her thumb. I'll come back to that one. I've got number 11, write 15 minutes a day, doing that first thing in the morning. Very first thing is getting up, probably letting the dogs out, and then just coming in here and writing for 15 minutes. Number 12 is tidy, 15 minutes Tuesday to Saturday, and then 30 minutes on Sunday to Monday. And a part of that is I actually do a fair bit of tidying. I have a fair bit of tidying that I do around the house already. That might be kind of counted towards that 15 minutes, but there's something like it's a bit on top of that. But I'll probably come up with a list of little jobs around the house to do. So have a list. So there's specific things, not just tidy general, but like have a list of these are things to do. And then yes, I've added doing a trip to Value Village with all our donation stuff. Number 14 is setting up the breakfast nook setup. We're almost there. A part of that will be stuff from Value Village, but also setting up where the recycling goes. Yeah. And actually, I'm going to put number 15 is bathe Shira. Bathe, trim Shira. We've done some trimming of Shira. Shira needs to get trimmed more and then taken to have a bath. And we'll do that at the local bath station, not in our bathtub. Bathtub is good for Theo, but not for that. The one I skipped by was lights off by 1 a.m. because I think about my day, and like just my observations of my day are that I get up late. I kind of drag my ass. I have an alarm that goes off at 8:30, and it's like usually like, oh, maybe 9:30. I get up, finally get out of the house at 10. I go and I walk the dogs. I water the plants. Once all that is done, that's usually an hour. I'm an hour. I'm back in the house at like 11. I get my breakfast. I sit down for my breakfast, and I have finished the beginning of my day at noon, which is like, oh, I wonder why I'm not getting anything done. It's because it's like noon by the time I've actually I've gotten to this point where I then come in here and do some stuff of my own for an hour or over an hour. So I think the key point to look at it first is, what time do I go to bed right now? I can look at my sleep. This thing, my watch and my phone together, they track when I go to bed, when I turn off the light and I go to sleep. So I think trying to get off to bed earlier is probably my best shot at then getting up earlier, getting things going, but trying to get things going quicker in the morning so that I'm not, I feel like I'm just like, oh, and I'm off to work. It's like trying to eke out better time, but not, kill off my sleep, because if I kill off my sleep, I'm not going to get anything done. So that's probably my main curiosity thing, what time do you go to bed right now? And how could you make that better to get up earlier in the morning? So yeah, that's what I have so far. I will leave it there. More videos later.